you struggling with a health challenge? Do you need financial help to access treatment?
I'm tired of trying. I need help. I want to try again. I know it's expensive.
Apply now for MHSS, the Maternal Health Service Support, a discounted loan by the W Initiative of Access Bank. For more information, visit our website on www.vwcommunity.com or any Access Bank branch nationwide. You can also send an email to wcares@accessbankplc.com. Terms and conditions apply.
It's time to rise to victory because season 10 is here.
Now you need to this. I'm coming for the crown.
Nigerian Idol is to ban. You're actually my idol. Say yes from me. That was good.
I'm here for a revenge. I'm
10 seasons of unforgettable talent.
That's the best performance I've had today.
10 seasons of breathtaking performances. And this year, we celebrate the journey like never before.
I'm actually speechless.
I love you.
You're a superstar.
This is more than a competition. It's a celebration of music, passion, and dreams. It's your voice and your victory. Don't miss the biggest season yet. Nigerian Idol Season 10.
Sponsored by Biggie for every moment.
You're watching an abridged version of The World with me, Charles Anigo. The UN says nearly 50 people were injured on Tuesday during the distribution of food aid at a compound set up by the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, which is backed by the US and Israel in Gaza. The Israeli military said it only fired warning shots into the air, but UN aid agencies suggest the chaotic scenes were predictable amongst a desperate population denied food for more than 2 months and now offered small amounts by an organization with little experience. They said the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation had exposed people to death and injury. The UN says it has tons of supplies ready to enter Gaza and the experience to distribute them safely. It has appealed again to Israel to lift the blockade. Meanwhile, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said that Mohammed Sinwar has been killed. His elder brother, Yahya Sinwar, was the leader of Hamas in Gaza, who was killed last year in a gun battle with Israeli troops. Hamas has not confirmed his death.
In 600 days of the War of Revival, we have indeed changed the face of the Middle East. We drove the terrorists out of our territory, entered the Gaza Strip with force, eliminated tens of thousands of terrorists, eliminated Mohammed, Dave, Ismail, Haniyeh, Yahya Sinwar, and Mohammed Sinwar.
Benjamin Netanyahu. Now, leaders of the West Africa grouping ECOWAS are meeting in Lagos to discuss the future of the bloc. They're trying to see how they can prevent it from disintegrating 50 years after it was set up. Civil wars, military coups, and jihadist violence across the region have threatened its existence. 3 countries, Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali, exited the bloc last year. So, what does the future hold, with plans for a single currency around the corner?
In 1975, our founding father leaders envisioned a West Africa where borders unite rather than divide. A region of free movement, thriving trade, and peaceful coexistence. That vision is still alive today. Despite our progress, challenges remain. Our greatest task now is implementation. We are lagging behind on implementation. And I urge all members, all member states to match policy with action. Let us imagine in West Africa where no child is denied opportunity because of where they were born or how they were born, where our borders are zones of cooperation, not conflict, where our economies thrive through joint effort, where our people diverse yet bond definite, work together towards peace, prosperity, and justice.
Nigeria's president too. Now, President Zelensky has warned that Russia is gathering 50,000 troops across the border from the Ukrainian city of Sumy. It comes as military experts say Russia is preparing a new summer offensive. Mr. Zelensky has been meeting the new German Chancellor in Berlin and has been calling for tougher sanctions on Moscow. The German leader, Friedrich Merz, says his country will step up military assistance to Ukraine and that he's prepared to increase the pressure on Russia.
Verteidigungsminister werden heute eine Absichtserklärung über die Beschaffung.
Our defense ministers will sign a memorandum today on the procurement of Ukrainian-made long-range weapons systems, so-called long-range fires. There will be no range restrictions. This will enable Ukraine to fully defend itself, even against military targets outside its own territory. This marks the beginning of a new form of military-industrial cooperation between our countries, one that has great potential.
Zusammenarbeit zwischen unseren Ländern, die großes Potenzial. Du hast dabei, Volodymyr, sehr klar gemacht, niemand will.
You made it very clear, Volodymyr, that no one wants peace more than Ukraine itself. Kyiv, the government in Kyiv has been ready for an immediate, unconditional ceasefire for weeks. Ukraine is ready to hold technical talks with Russia as the next step.
Wir zählen dabei auch auf die.
We are also counting on the support of the United States, whose commitment remains essential for successful negotiations. I would like to take this opportunity to expressly thank the American president for his personal commitment over the past few weeks. Moscow, on the other hand, is playing for time.
Aber ich kann für die.
What I can say on behalf of the federal government that we will continue to support Ukraine with additional financial resources this year, 2025. And we are also preparing to provide appropriate funds for Ukraine in future federal budgets that we have yet to pass. For example, the one for 2026. We are doing this to enable the highest possible level of efficiency in the procurement of weapons systems. And that is why we also want to enter into cooperation, including in production. The world has been waiting for over a week for the Russians to finish their so-called memorandum, which they need to stop the killings. Everyone is waiting, but so far they haven't come up with anything new and are throwing repetitions of their old ultimatums into the information space. As long as people relies on these attacks, strikes, and assaults, he will avoid real diplomacy. That is why we need further defense cooperation between everyone in Europe, and Europe with the United States of America.
That's President Zelensky of Ukraine, and before him, the new German Chancellor, Friedrich Merz. The UN's Climate and Weather Service, the World Meteorological Organization, says global temperatures are expected to continue at or near record levels for the next 5 years. Experts who are involved in making the predictions say they are a sign that the planet is profoundly ill. They say the odds are not good, and they warn there is a 4 in 5 chance that at least one of the next 5 years will be the hottest on record, and a 7 in 10 chance that the average temperature over the next 5 years will be more than 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. The science tells us that every fraction of a degree of warming drives more harmful heat waves, extreme rainfall events, and intense drought. Before we go, let's remind you of our headlines here on The World. The Trump administration purges new applications for student visas and prepares to expand social media vetting of foreign students. The administration has also deepened its war with Harvard with a threat to cancel all funding. Opponents say they'll stand up to Mr. Trump. Food distribution by the controversial New Israeli Tax Foundation has ended in chaos in Gaza. Residents have been badly affected by a hunger crisis after 11 months of blockade and 2 years of war. And leaders of ECOWAS are using measures to assess the future of the bloc. They're trying to see how they can prevent it from disintegrating. Civil wars, military coups, and jihadist violence across the region have threatened its existence. You've been watching an abridged version of The World with me, Charles Enrico. Please keep it here on Rise News from the entire team here in Abuja and around the world. Bye-bye.
And one of the big parts of that future should be allowing trade to happen as freely and as efficiently.
To ensure that you are competitive, you need state-of-the-art infrastructure.
Slightly sophisticated with some of it. So whatever challenge happens here, the effect is going to be felt at this point.
All concerns we have to separate down to one here.
I'm not holding man up, they promise to give man just make it.
Awakens the love of the woman, brings back and does absolutely nothing about it.
You have the eye of the deliverer.
Oh, well, I am good. This is the little thing called
You're watching Orion. The world stands out news channel. Orion News, Aurora, and beyond.
Nigeria is a blessed country with potential for economic development around the world. This is anchored majorly on the vast natural and agricultural resources of the country, which go side by side with our human resources. Nigeria once thrived on both its cash and food crops, which serviced not just local consumption, but fueled the national till with foreign earnings. The discovery of and subsequent unsustainable reliance on crude oil in Nigeria not only did the agricultural sector in, but also dampened the growth of the economy. In 2023, Nigeria's agricultural sector grew by 1.13% in real terms compared to the 1.88% growth recorded in 2022. The year-on-year decline was 40%. The data also revealed that the sector's contribution to GDP shrunk in 2023 to 25.18%, lower than its 25.58% contribution in 2022. More significantly, there is an adverse association regarding population increase and food security in Nigeria, with each additional 1% of the population said to be associated with a decrease in food production of 29.9 units. A declaration of a state of emergency on food security by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on July 13, 2023, less than 2 months after mounting the saddle, was deemed the right call by many Nigerians. Thankfully, there has been a major shift in the agricultural landscape of Nigeria, especially in the last 2 years. There is a gentle but firm nudge towards achieving more productivity and sustainable growth that is built around innovation, collaboration, and essentially more incentives for production in the sector. Unveiled in June 2023, about a month before the state of emergency was declared by the President, Renewed Hope Initiative, a pet project of Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, came prepared, its sight set on the potential in the nation's agricultural sector, along with 4 other focal areas, namely education, health, economic empowerment, and social action of the intervention.